Yes,
but
good
no
morning
rain
to
until
everybody.
tomorrow.
You're all feeling well this morning and all have smiles on your faces and open hearts for all the things that Annie's going to be doing for us this morning for Hanukkah.
We'll see.
I'd like to start this morning off with a welcome to each and every one of you. So I'm going to say, welcome, Corky, welcome, Annie, welcome, Joyce, wonderful Joan, wonderful Arlene, wonderful Lonnie, wonderful Christine, wonderful uh, Stephen, wonderful Chris Brown, wonderful Jeannie, wonderful Laura, and wonderful Sky. It's so nice to have you here. And Chris, your smiling face went away, and I was just gonna talk to you a bit. But hey, hi there.
She said her mic isn't working.
Her mic isn't working.
Oh, okay.
So she can't talk to you, but you can.
I can talk to you.
Yeah, go ahead. I just have breakfast in my hand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Good morning. It's nice having you here. Um, and welcome to everybody. It's getting close to Christmas. I don't know about you, but I have 22 people to buy presents for. So and I'm not feeling like going to the store. So I think they're going to get Amazon for me this year. And but know that your presence is the most important thing to us. I want to thank you so much and thank you those of you who sent in donations. That's so well received, and we use them to help other people, and we use them to help ourselves a bit too. So thank you so much for your donations. Um, Lauren, good morning, and good morning, Janice. Uh, but one of the first things I'd like to start out with this morning is a prayer. So if
Yes.
you could all just close your eyes.
So, Dottie,
Yes?
I would like you to include in the prayer, please. This morning I saw a notification from my cousin. 11 Australian Jews and 29 others were injured last night at a community Hanukkah celebration. And I'd like us to put in a prayer of love and peace for them and healing, please.
Oh, yes, we will. For Mark and for all of his friends and his buddies.
And it was at a Hanukkah celebration, a community Hanukkah celebration in Australia.
Oh my goodness, so sorry to hear that. So if you all take a moment and close your eyes. And Creator, we want to pray for all the people that are going through illness. We want to pray for all the people who have just passed, who are going into your hands today. We want to pray for all of those who are going through difficult times wherever they are in the world, not just the United States, who is having its own difficult times, but dear Lord, please hear us as we pray for everyone. Know that you are the best person to be looking out for us. And Creator, know that we believe in you. And we know that if you can let go of all of the anger, help us let go of all the anger, all of the people that are going through times of feeling unheard, that they let themselves be heard other ways besides killing people. Please, please, Creator, help us reach out to people and show them they can be loved, wanted, and respected in this world. And if anybody else would like to add something to this prayer, Joan, would you like to add something to the prayer?
Well, I just ask for peacefulness within each one of us, because as we are peaceful individually, that expands into your friends, your family, and your neighbors. And so, as we are peaceful within ourselves, we are actually helping to create peace throughout the world. And I give thanks that this is so, and so it is.
Wonderful. Thank you. Anybody else like to add something to the prayer?
Yeah, I would,
Yes, Corky.
I would just hope that in some way we can become a kinder, gentler world and not be so critical of other people.
Yeah.
And just each one of us, just whenever we think of doing something that's not for our best and highest good, that we think about it first and just decide not to do it.
So it's nice to have one Jewish person on board here, and Annie's half and half. So that's nice too. And anybody else who has a Jewish background, we're so glad to have you here. This is a time for celebration, and it's a time to feel the energy of your faith. So thank you so much for being here. Arlene, you had something to say?
No,
Oh, your light lit up around your picture.
uh, I was clearing my throat. That's an important thing. I've been watching a lot of Finding Your Roots, which goes into our backgrounds, our ancestry, which I have no Jewish background whatsoever,
Okay.
Yeah, but
and
you,
African American. And those are the two races that are most grievously treated by others. And so it's been very close to my heart how we treat one another. Not understanding that other being is a being, is a soul, and is just as honorable as you are. And so it is my prayer that we understand we are one. We are really one. And
Yes.
if we are one, we are treating ourselves that way. So, and we recognize, I want to honor everyone here because you are not the people who are doing the egregiousness. You are the ones who are holding the light. So let's keep in mind today that we are holding the light, that they can see the goodness in others. We are programmed. I have one son who was a Navy SEAL for 27 years. So he was programmed by the government as a 17-year-old boy going in who was a healer. He was programmed to hate certain segments of our society so that he could go forth and kill.
Oh my goodness.
And I think it's important to understand we all have been programmed that way from the time that earliest time you could remember of the wars that you have personally been touched by. But even if it's not wars, that moment that we are criticizing somebody, oh, they don't look like me, or there's something nefarious about them. That's a programming. And so I pray for deprogramming today that we can have peace within each one's own heart so we can at least treat each other like human beings.
Right.
Thank you so very much. What a wonderful way to start today's service, Arlene. Thank you for your words. And now, Annie, are you
Thank-
ready to start?
I guess so. Yes, thank you for the beautiful prayer and for what everybody adds to the prayers. Today's portion of the mission statement is about acceptance. And honoring everybody's religious backgrounds, right? And honoring what they're about. I may not practice Judaism all the time, but I'm what my friends call me as MOT. I'm a member of the tribe. So, and I believe that each and every one of us are MOT in a way, because we're all connected in some way or another. So to kind of shift the mood a little bit from, I started off so sad this morning reading about all the deaths and the injuries this morning. It just hurt my heart. And so I thought, well, we're here to celebrate Hanukkah today, and we still have the freedom to celebrate Hanukkah, and we will continue to celebrate and do as we choose, as long as we can do so in peace and in love. So we're going to sing the old-fashioned Hanukkah song that we used to sing all the time when I was a child. Okay. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Sevivon to play with and latkes you eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning so low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. How wonderful. What a great song.
So what is Hanukkah? Hanukkah is about the celebration of the reclaiming of the second temple, which was located in Greece. And there was a king in Greece, Antiochus Epiphanes. I may not be saying his name right, because I don't do that very well. He's also known as Antiochus IV. Actually, Antiochus Epiphanes meant the madman. That's what we renamed him. But he was known as somebody who wanted to force Hellenization, the Greek culture, onto the Jewish people. And what he was known for was for persecuting Jews and desecrating their temple, and outlawing the Jewish practices. So they put an altar to Zeus inside of the temple and made it punishable by death if you were observing Judaism. So there was a group of people named the Maccabees, who Judas Maccabee was the leader, and everybody became the Maccabees. And they weren't going to put up with this. Judaism is just as much of a right for celebration and joy as is any other type of religion or honoring. So they were the rebels, and they fought back. And somehow or another, I want you to know, we're going to go to the end of the history really fast, is that the Maccabees defeated, the Greeks, but at the same time, Hanukkah is one of the least sacred holidays of the Jews. And the reason why is because it's not mentioned in the Bible. But I believe that someplace in the Bible, and Chris can correct me, there used to be a book of Maccabees. And I think it may have been taken out. But because it was not in the Bible, they did not see it as quite the same kind of sacred holiday. So the Maccabees and the Jewish people fought back. They did their rebellion in a lot of different ways. One of the major ways that they did it was they wanted to be able to teach the Torah to their children. And so the way that they could do that was to do it in disguise by playing a gambling game with the dreidel. The dreidel is the top that has the four Hebrew letters on it. The Hebrew letters are Shin, Nun, He, and Gimel. Dottie's holding up a dreidel right there. And the game is played by putting, having a pot, of either nuts or raisins or even money, and everybody puts a coin in or puts their piece in, and you spin the dreidel, and each of the Hebrew letters has a different name. So noon, you get nothing. With a hay, you get half of what's in the cup. With a gimel, you get everything. And with a shin, you have to put something into the pot. And while they were playing dreidel, they would sit together with their heads together and they would talk Torah. That's how they were able to be able to pass on. And as the wars went on, they finally were able to defeat Hellenistic tribes. And they ended up, I think, locked inside the second temple. They reclaimed that second temple and locked themselves inside. And they found that there was a tiny, tiny bit of oil that was available to light the lamps at night. And it was going to run out after one day. But a great miracle happened. And the great miracle was that oil lasted for 8 days.
Wow.
So that's how we got the menorah. Don't know if you can see it. There we go. The menorah with the 8 lights, and the one light is the shamus. Corky's going to light it for us in a minute. She has it on the other side. My Vanna White on the other side, and the shamus is known as the helper. So you got to figure that anytime you're lighting a lamp or anything, you have to have something to put into the flame or set a flame to light the other candles. That's what the shamus is. That's why there's 9 instead of 8. But each of these little ones are for each of the 8 days of the holiday.
Okay, so I'm gonna add a pin here, and be quiet, because I'm gonna move the camera, and you know what a terrible sound that makes.
Okay. Don't talk.
We all know what that hurt.
So while Corky's doing that, I have 2 pieces of trivia to add to your history.
Okay, I'm not done yet.
One is that one of the reasons it's not heavily celebrated is that there was politically they didn't like the Jews were unhappy that they had rebelled. So there was this faction that they didn't want to honor the fact that the Maccabees had revolted because they were upset that they had revolted and had wanted to solve the problem a different way. So that's kind of one of the reasons why it's not heavily celebrated, especially in the beginning. And the other thing, I learned this about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So yes, there was this incredible carafe or whatever, little vial of oil, okay? And it had ostensibly magical properties. So one of the things that I read was that way back, you had Abraham and he had his Isaac, and Isaac had Jacob, and Jacob became Israel, okay? So that guy Israel, he had fought with his brother. And that's a story. Jacob and Esau is a story. And later in their life, they were about to fight again. And Esau was on one side of the river, and Jacob was on the other side of the river. And Jacob put his family and belongings on the Esau side of the river, but he kept some things. He went back to the back side of the river, and he kept some things there. And the legend that I heard recently was that the vial, the Hanukkah vial that contained the oil that magically lasted for 8 days, was actually one of the things that that Jacob had sequestered long ago, and he had put it somewhere. So the magical properties of how is it possible that it lasted 8 days when there was really only enough for one, which is the magic, comes from the fact that it was divine in the first place, and that was the origin.
That's beautiful. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. And and what we do is at sunset we light the candles, and each night, first night you light 1, then you light 2, the next day, the 3, the next day, and so on, until you reach the 8th day of Hanukkah. And the whole thing is, I mean, I know we talked about rebellion and everything else. We still rebel to this day, don't we? I mean, even in World War II. In World War II, how many people in Germany, how many Jewish people in Germany would light their menorahs, and they'd have, Nazi flags in the background. But that was their way of saying Judah is the light, and the Judaism is the light, and the light will always last. And that was their protest. I had a little thing on here online that I had highlighted that I thought was a beautiful story. Then there's a photograph that Chris had showed us, I think, a couple of years ago. It was a 1931 photo from Rachel Posner, but it said it symbolized Jewish defiance and survival during the Nazi persecution. It captured a lit menorah against a Nazi flag, declaring Judah lives forever as light conquered darkness. While many Jewish families fled with their menorahs when they left Germany, like the Posners, like this lady who took the photo, others hid them or found ways to make them in camps after the war. Organizations like the JBC distributed menorahs to survivors in camps to help them reclaim their traditions. So the light will always come forward in my eyes, in my world, in my light, in my life. I feel that, you know, it always comes forward, and acceptance and finding the way to be who you are and be proud of who you are is good. So Corky, let's do the demo of how we light the candles
Okay.
on
So
Hanukkah
there's the
night.
picture.
Oh, there's the photograph. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
You're gonna light the middle candle,
Okay,
the one that's highest up, is
let
called
me-
the shamas,
let me
and the reason it's called that is it means helper. It's the helper
let me,
candle.
let me for a minute here get pin. Oh, okay. So here's the gallery, and here's the menorah. Add pin, and here's add me. Add pin. Here's the this, and there's the that. Okay.
So can't see it at the
Oh,
moment, but
Are there any words or anything that we say?
yes. Yeah, there's a
What do you
blessing.
say?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu bo mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lachat lekner shel Hanukkah.
Well,
There you go. Can you see it? Okay. And make sure you put the middle one back. The middle one, the helper
do
has
I
to
blow
stay
it or
burning.
do I have to? Can I blow it out?
Yep. No, don't blow it out. Don't blow out the candle.
Well, no, I just blew out the middle. I mean,
Okay. That candle, the middle one should stay lit as well.
there we go.
The middle
Okay.
stay lit as well.
The middle one stays lit too, also?
Yeah. You could light the shamas and you light the one candle. Tomorrow night you would light the shamas and then you would light two candles. Shamas is the middle one, honey.
But that stays lit now?
Yes.
Yeah, keep it lit. They both should burn down together.
Now, can I use this to light that, or do I need to use a match to light the shamas?
You can use that candle to light it.
What a useful candle you are. Like that. So we leave that.
Yep, perfect. There you go.
Yay!
Those will stay burning until the end. So the first night of Hanukkah, there was a different prayer, but I couldn't pronounce the Hebrew, so I didn't bring it up. It was extended a little bit because I think it acknowledged that the first night. And but each night we light these candles and we open gifts. Now, I just think this is a really interesting thing because, you know, people used to say, oh, you get 8 gifts because, you know, whatever. And it's like, no, you do. You get 1 gift every night for 8 nights. But I personally do not think that gift giving was originally a tradition for Hanukkah. This is just my opinion. I don't know. I'm not trained in all the background, and Chris can correct me, but I really believe that having gifts was to help the Jewish children in America, especially, feel like they were on the same plane as the Christian children who got all that goodies for Christmas. And that, I mean, that to me, it was like, that was Jewish Christmas was doing that, right? So to me, I think it was to help people feel less separated from the rest of the world, which of course made people jealous of us because we got 8 presents, not just 1, or not just on one day. We got 1 every night for 8 nights. But each of those were like socks, underwear, the little bitty things. And then every year my mom would say, what night do you want your biggest gift? And so we would, usually the last night, we would get our biggest gift, which would be the one biggie that would be under the Christmas tree if we were celebrating Christmas. I come from an interesting family because although I was born Jewish, both my mother and father biologically were Jewish. My father died when I was 5. And the man my mother married, who's the father of my two sister and brother that I have now, he was Gentile. So we would have a Christmas tree, but we'd also light the Hanukkah candles. So we would have Hanukkah decorations. We would go to my aunts and uncle's house for the beginning of Hanukkah to have latkes and enjoy time together. We would do all those fun things. And so, so we used to have peace signs, menorah, just fun Hanukkah decorations, Christmas decorations, and we used to call it Winter Festival because I really believe that everybody should have a winter festival and celebrate everything. So, any questions so far? Anything that's coming up for anyone?
You're doing great.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so as I said, we would go to my aunt's house on the first night of Hanukkah, and my aunt would fix us latkes. Latkes are the potato pancakes. It's traditional at Hanukkah time to have foods that are cooked in oil. You can understand why now because of the symbolism of the oil. So we would have our latkes, we would, I don't know why, it was sour cream and applesauce were the sides that you would have with them.
Yum.
And we would play games. When you listen to that song I sing, Sevevon to play with, Sevevon is a dreidel, and latkes to eat. So that's how we would do our Christmas, or our Hanukkah, is Sevivon and dreidels, and latkes. So when we originally were starting to plan this, we had asked somebody to bring in oil cooked donuts. Those are the kinds of foods that you want to have. Okay. To me, Hanukkah is a reminder that we are all one, just as Arlene was saying earlier. When I was a child, I told my mother I didn't want to be Jewish. I still have vivid memories of dying in World War II in a prison camp. And I didn't want to be Jewish because I felt that it was hard to be Jewish and not have people prejudice against you. I'm now proud that I am a member of the tribe. I'm proud of that. But it took a long time and a lot of healing to get to that place. I was born with an attitude that said God is part of everybody. That was my first channeling. God is in you. God is in me. God is in the birds. God is in the trees. Everything around us is God. You are God. I am God. And we only have different ways of recognizing it and celebrating it. It doesn't make you right or wrong. It makes you right in your heart. It makes you right with God, with Creator, whatever it is that fits with you. That's what it does for you. It's not about being bad. And so I was very grateful to my mother who allowed me to have that freedom to worship as I chose so that I could find paths to follow, so that I could find different philosophies, so I could learn about Native Americans, so I could learn about Goddess, so I could learn about other paths, even some of the beautiful Christian paths, because some of them are very beautiful. Love is love. It's all one. And that is a part of what we here at UCM and CCL, this is what we recognize. We recognize the oneness of all. We recognize that there's no great leader that is any greater or better than any of the others. And that's why I followed this path, came to this path, because it's about love and respect. And I'm not sure I have a lot more to say, but this is what I wanted to share with you today. And that the way to keep up our mission statement of honoring everybody is to be in this manner of respect and caring. And I love the path that Chris has now chosen because I get to learn so much more about what I never learned about because I closed myself off for many years. I mean, my cousin is a rabbi, the gentleman who told us about the situation in Australia. I have respect for it, but I never necessarily wanted to follow it. But now I have more that I can say, wow, this is really cool. Many years ago, I found a book that I love. The first time Dottie had me do a Passover service or anything of that sort, I picked up this book, and it's called Judaism for Dummies. It is the most wonderful book I've ever looked at because they give the actual history of the holidays, but they do it also from a metaphysical form. I learned about Miriam through Judaism for Dummies. I learned about a lot of different things so that when we celebrated Passover or we celebrated Rosh Hashanah or any other Jewish holiday that we gave honor to through CCL, we would have the metaphysical turn on it through Judaism for Dummies. So I just give great thanks for all these wonderful resources and great thanks for acceptance, great thanks for love, great thanks for all the beauty that every single one of us brings to this life every single day. And that is what we're here for. And we can, if we have to play dreidel to teach our teachings, and that's what we're going to do. But whatever we do, we're always going to let the light shine through. And we're always going to be in the light of that energy and love. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie. That was
Thank
great.
you, Annie. That was wonderful. And Chris, do you have anything else to add?
Go for it, Chris.
So this sort of follows along on the original prayer, and what Annie said at the end. I want to talk about unity just for a second, in maybe in three different ways. One is what I was feeling at the beginning with the prayer is that my belief is that God already knows and God already does, and it's my job to recognize. And what I pray for is the recognition of all that is and the recognition of the goodness, which is different from saying, God, please make them better. It's another perspective is, God, let me see the betterness in them. So that's just one piece I wanted to put out. Another one is that Judaism, and we've had this conversation before about one of the first monotheistic religions, and certainly the one that kind of seems to hold that place in cultural history. And there's a difference between God is the only one, and then this other idea, sort of more elevated idea of the fact that God is in fact unity. So instead of saying God is one and that makes everything else not that, God is the unification, or God could be considered as the unification. And how can we achieve some level of identity plus unification under a divine embrace? And the other thing is, Annie, I wonder if you'd like to do the Shema.
Sure.
So what the one thing that many people know about Judaism, or they relate to it, is it's not quite a call to prayer, but it's the statement, "Hear, O Israel, God is God, God is one." There's different translations. Let's just say God is God, God is one. And I've mentioned this many times before. The one way to work with the word Israel is to understand that Israel is the world. Israel is a name used, but it means everybody. So this call, or this exhortation, says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord is God, the Lord is one." And it's the anchor. It's the anchor of basically all Jewish.
And it's not hear, O Israel, H-E-R-E. It's hear, H-E-A-R.
Yeah, listen up. It's more like listen up, pay attention. I wasn't going to say it. Pay attention, you guys. It's kind of how it goes. So, Annie, if you want to do that with me.
Ready.
Shema
Shema
Yisrael,
Yisrael, CCL.
Adonai
Eloheinu
Adonai Echad.
Echad.
I will just leave it there. Thank you. That really has a nice feel to it.
And that was the prayer that we all said before we went to bed at night. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. And that's what I grew up with.
Oh, that's wonderful, you two. Thank you so much. Thank you. And for helping us find out what Hanukkah is about and picking up some energy for Israel, who needs it right now. And it's wonderful to have you giving us some advice and helping us understand the religion. Thank you so very much. And
Okay,
now,
excuse me for a minute. I'm gonna move the camera over so
okay.
We can see our Dottie.
Oh, yay, there I am. Well, the next person I want to hear from is Joan, because she's going to talk about the party that she's putting together for us.
Okay, thank you. Next week is winter solstice, and I thought it would be good for us to get together and have coffee or lunch. And the place I picked was Panera and it's at 503 Coleman Avenue in San Jose. So it's just off of 17. So I think it will be easy to find and easy to get there. And I'm asking you to bring your good wishes, your good thoughts, and join us. I've alerted them. And what I'd like you to do is email me or text me and let me know if you're coming so I can kind of give them a sense of who's coming. And I'm hoping that each one of you are finding spiritual thoughts to write down and hang on to during this crazy time that we're in. So the one that I found this week that I wanted to share with you is there is a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. And I want to invite you to think of dancing through this holiday season and being joyful as we are joyful and taking care of ourselves. We're actually taking care of the world because that joyfulness spreads out from us to other people, to our friends, our neighbors, our family. And then we can go ahead and say that, yeah, the world is crazy, but I'm dancing through it and spreading good news and good feelings. So join me next week. Let's say 1 o'clock, so we'll have time to get through church, and then be down at Panera. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you and hugging you. One of the things I miss, and I'm sure all of you miss also, is just the hugs. And so it'll be a great time to hug, and we might even take a couple of steps of dancing just for fun.
So Chris wanted to know when, and so it's the December 21st, so it'll be after the Sunday service at 1 o'clock at Panera's.
Yes. And now I want to encourage you to share your blessings with Dottie and Corky. Of course, I'm at home today and they're down there, but we can still give to support our church. And Annie mentioned the acceptance that she feels with CCL and is so grateful for it. And I feel the same way. The acceptance within our community is so great. And the way that we support that, one of the ways we support it is through our giving. And so I'm passing the basket, okay? And asking you to go to Zelle or PayPal or write a check, whatever your method is, to support CCL and Dottie and Corky, not only with our prayers, because we want them to get well and be happy, but also with our financial support. And remember that regular giving creates regular receiving. And so it is. Amen. Amen.
I'm gonna read the messages that's in the chat here. So we have Jan Ewers saying, beautifully said, Annie, then she loved, Ewers said, a huge amen to Annie when you were talking about everyone, that we're all one, as it were. And Nana Cushionen said, great job, Annie.
Okay, so anybody that goes to the plenary event, I ask a favor of you. Give each person 2 hugs so that one is from me and one is from you, please. And I just wanted to say one more thing, which I thought was an interesting fact of my family. When we celebrated Hanukkah and we were all still kids, we used to have a piñata every year.
Oh, wow.
Piñata that was filled with Hanukkah candies, chocolates, the gelt, Hanukkah gelt, the little chocolate coins and, all kinds of candies. And we kids would break the piñata. So I thought it was a Jewish tradition. I'm like, why in the world did that happen? Looked it up one day, and it's because we were in Southern California, so close to Mexico. It was to honor the Mexican Jews. So we honor everybody. The message still goes through, right? It's like it doesn't change.
Oh, and thank you so much. And then there's also a message from January who said, please give everybody a hug for her too. She won't be able to make it. Okay, so that's where we are. And of course, Dottie and I will probably not be there. I really like.
I think you should go.
I should go.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Get well first.
I'm gonna let her go.
Joan, put me down for attending, and I'll take you there if you want. If you're here, I'll take you there. If you're not here, I'll meet you there. So let's all, yay! Then we can take pictures and movies and send them to Dottie and that we're hugging her.
Yes, thank you so very much. That's wonderful. I like that. And one of the things I want to talk about very briefly is the fact that it's a Christmas time. Following Hanukkah, we have Christmas. And for those of you who are wanting to send cards, give gifts, for us, we love getting things on the computer that I can read. And it's wonderful to get, and thank you for the cards we've already gotten. And but don't think that you have to give us a gift. You can give some money to CCL. That would be a wonderful gift to give us. But for us personally, we have everything we need. A lot of things we're giving away right now because we've got too much stuff. But we love you all so much, and we appreciate your support. It's been wonderful. I want to thank you so much for supporting us. And the other thing is, next Sunday, we'll be having an open house. So if you want to come by, and come by. Now, parking is difficult
Yeah,
here.
we're hoping that we're going to be well enough for everyone to show back up again.
And we should be well enough to be able to see everybody. And so make it a point to just come on by. Annie, come on by. Joyce and Patty, come on by. Arlene, Palin, come on by. It would be wonderful to see your smiling faces.
And I'd like to thank Bee for coming today. It was great for talk to you yesterday, Bee. Thank you so much.
Yes. And I want to thank the people that attended the
Light of Lights.
Light of Lights. We had a lot of our people were at the Light of Lights. And Janet is not here today. She's in Texas. And she was so delighted at the response that she had for Light of Lights. It's the last Light of Lights. And so many people didn't realize it. It had been on for 40 years, and it was started by Janet and Mary And it was a wonderful,
Mary
wonderful,
Gallagher, I think, or Mary, no, it was.
a wonderful organization that put it together. And it was a wonderful one that they had this last Wednesday. And so thank you very much for attending and supporting her. That was wonderful for you to do because it was cold out, it was a little bit rainy even, and yet they had over 100 people. And she was so delighted with it. I talked to her afterwards and she was so excited that that many people showed up. Thank you so much. CCL and UCM was very much there. And whatever parties you're going to, as we get closer to Christmas, please take care of yourself. It's important that you watch what you're drinking, watch what you're eating, watch how you're driving, and please take care of yourself. You are all very blessed to us, and we want you to be healthy and happy. And stay away from the shopping. That's where I'm sure Corky got sick. Is going to the dollar store, did her in. But just you need to wear a mask if you feel it's important to you to protect yourself from things that are out there. I was amazed to read in the AARP that there was a disease going on, and it was what Corky has. And so she picked it up just by going to the dollar store.
So friendly I am.
What?
So friendly, I just pick anything up.
She says she just picks anything up. But stay healthy. It's important that you do. Now, B, it's so great to see your smiling face. And you went off the well,
I've been listening, but I'm home. I'm not used to, so I'm very good at multitasking. So I heard everything that was going on, but I was unloading my dishwasher. And Annie, it was great talking to you yesterday. It was nice to see everyone for your the spiritual stage series. So it was great.
yeah, it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, I'm usually hiking. Sorry, Dottie. A lot of times I am hiking on Sundays.
Yeah,
Um,
well, wonderful.
but I'm not today. So Annie said, come by. So I thought I would.
Well, that's
Glad you
great.
did.
Welcome. It's nice to see you. And
Yeah.
Janice, it's nice to see you, and all of you. And
Oh, y'all.
yeah, and Lonnie and everybody. When I was telling somebody that we had folks come on from Oregon and Florida and Santa Cruz and everywhere, they were surprised at how wild. And Warner Springs, Mel B is on.
Yeah, and usually Guerneville, but I think she's in New Orleans right now.
Yeah. Arlene from Guerneville is in New Orleans right now. But to have you all here, hi Mel, welcome.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. And you're getting a lot of waves, Mel. Yeah. And it's nice to see so many different people here. And I thank you so much for supporting CCL. The other thing that I want to say is that we're going to be celebrating Christmas, not online, but we're going to be celebrating at our home, and we're going to do it kind of quietly this year. Usually we have loads of people, but we're going to do it quietly this year. But think of us. Think of CCL. Think of UCM. Think of Dottie and Corky. We need your prayers. We're getting older. I know none of you are. I just can tell by your smiling faces you're not getting any older. I don't know about Janice. She looks like she's thinking about, and Jan, but all of you have these wonderful smiling faces this morning. And that's so wonderful. That says you're alive. That says that you are hopeful. A smile says you love people. And to see you smiling is the greatest thing. It makes me feel good in my heart. I'm so glad that you are able to do that, to show us your participation and your love and your appreciation. That's just so important for me. Thank you so much. Anybody else like to add anything for Hanukkah or for love or for anything?
Well, we've got.
Jeannie, is it your birthday this week?
What?
It is my birthday this week.
Okay, so
And
here
Mel,
we
it's
go.
yours.
Here we go for Jeannie. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
Mel, yours was yesterday?
Thank you.
Happy birthday. When is it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, yay.
Mel, wasn't yours yesterday?
No, mine's in February.
Was in February.
No,
He said,
I-
hey, I have a birthday this week. Oh, that's Jeannie. Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
So I wrote
birthday.
happy birthday, Mel. I meant happy birthday, Jeannie.
it was my birthday yesterday.
Well, congratulations.
I got a decade older yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Okay, might as well.
Oh, is that Chris?
Yeah.
We need to sing for Chris then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is your
This is your birthday
Birthday
song.
song.
It
Very
isn't very
long.
Great.
We have to remember that when we sing online, we all come in at different times.
Yeah.
So,
It happens that way.
so I plug my ears. So sorry. No offense to anybody, but
So I've gotten a few more messages. Sky says, "I love you, Mama Boone, and happy holy days, everyone."
Yeah.
And then Chris said, "Mel, that's a neat shirt you have there." And
Oh, thank you.
and
Well, I know he makes his own shirts.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
this was my Giants shirt.
Awesome
Oh,
shirt.
what is it? Okay.
and then
Hello.
Yeah.
So
Then I mistakenly wished Mel a happy birthday when I meant for Jean, so I just did.
That's okay. I'll celebrate my birthday every day.
Every day's a new day.
Oh, okay.
This year I'm retiring for my birthday.
Yes, that's what you are doing for your birthday.
There you
That's
go.
exciting.
And I'm in the process of buying a new car for my retirement party, for my retirement gift.
Excellent.
Great.
Yay. And thank you, Corky, for lighting the Hanukkah candles, and thank you
very
for
well.
holding for displaying the dreidel, Dottie. I want to thank everybody who backed me up here. It's a little tough when my energy's not always the highest, but I did look for my Hanukkah candles and couldn't find them. So thank God you had them.
That was thank you very much to Ruth.
Ruth brought them.
So thank you, Ruth. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Somebody has something here. Yay!
Thank you, Joan.
Yeah. And
I bought my first dreidel about 2 weeks ago. I mean, I got an electric one from CCL when we closed, but I wanted an actual real dreidel. I'm not dreidel.
Menorah. Yeah.
And so I've always wanted one. For years I've wanted one. I finally bought myself one. And I tell people about it and they're like, "Well, are you Jewish?" And my comment is always, "I'm not Jewish."
There you go.
I just feel like I'm a little bit of everything.
That's right.
Well,
So
Donnie's
I'm
part
not
Anasazi Jewish.
yeah, Anasazi too.
When we did the
No.
genetic thing.
Yeah.
So she's I know that's special. I'm not sure why, but I know why she's special to me. But it's
But
Uh-huh.
0.8% Anasazi Jew.
it's interesting
There's
because
some in there.
she and Arlene Phelan are
Genetically related.
genetically related. So Arlene may have a little bit of that Jewish in her. I'm not sure how the genetics go, but although she studied her genetics pretty closely, she would know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you got it from someplace else other than Arlene's line.
And may the
Okay.
lights of Hanukkah light your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, love you, and we're just just so happy to do this every Sunday, and so happy that you're here and you show up, and just bless you, and please be kind to each other and to yourself, of course. And that's my words for today. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, she's got to go to bed. She's exhausted.